Good morning, dreamers. How are you today? Starting with water. I hope that you are well. We've made it to whatever day this is, Tuesday. Blah, blah, blah. And yeah, today's my dad's birthday. He's such a great guy. Um, he's the one that taught me that sometimes I love you takes the form of actions. All the time it takes this form of actions, but sometimes you don't need to hear specific words and prescribed words to know that you are loved. And I think many people that have the need within them to hear words that can sometimes then fill in the blanks. This is what I do. We fill in the blanks when those words aren't there, and we say, well, if he did, then he would say it, or, whatever. And yet my dad's life has taught me that, you know what, sometimes I love you takes form in a coffee being brought to you, or a joke being told to the grandkids, or a puzzle being not a like a word, a brain teaser, a riddle, um, being shared. And sometimes I love you is in the form of a single rose just left for you to discover when you wake up. Sometimes I love you takes the shape of going to work every day, day in and day out, and sacrificing because you're not bringing home a lot of money, but you're doing what you love, and you love your kids and your wife and your family. Sometimes I love you is formed in, can I put the kettle on for you? Sometimes I love you is, well, have a good night now. And I love you takes different forms for the giver than the receiver sometimes. And I think it's really important to recognize other people's I love yous, whether they fit your love languages or not. And when I get a text in the middle of the night that says, hey, if I get up in time, can we go for coffee? That's a form of I love you, passed down from generation to generation. And I love the fact that holding a hot beverage in one's hands is a generational comfort in my family, and that the kids are grasping it too. And I think it's really important to just remember that there is a receiver on the other end of your love that might have a different reception than what you are giving, but at the same time, acknowledge their love to you, whether or not it is what makes your heart go fast, right? If they want to have a joke and they want to play, or they're offering you cookies but you're on a diet, or they are offering you a compliment the best they know how, if a little one just comes and says, can I have a hug? Whatever those things look like, you are loved. You are loved. And sometimes we can convince ourselves that we're not, because it doesn't take a certain form and a certain shape. But that is negating the gift of love being given to you. And if just because the gift of love that we ordered is ABC and we get X, Y, and Z, it doesn't mean it's not love. It doesn't mean that. It means it's just different, because we are all created differently, and we're all unique and very, very special. And I am so thankful. I am honored beyond the ability to express it, that I have a father that loves me no matter what. And I am so overwhelmed that I know there aren't very many people in their 40s whose dad just pops by to check up. Cute little story, and then it's time to go. But today was just about love taking different shapes, and look around for it because it is there. But cute little story. So last week Dad brings in a coffee and we're chatting, and then my phone rings and it's Carl. He's upstairs at the office and he wants me to let him in. So Dad goes up to let him in for me. And so they come wandering back down, and Dad's getting ready to go, and he's like, "Did he bring you a coffee, Marilyn? Did he bring you a coffee?" And I said, "I doubt it. He's on his way somewhere, right? Like, he probably, excuse me, that's my water. He hasn't had a chance to stop and get coffee." Like, so anyway, it was so funny because he comes in, he's like, "No, I didn't bring her coffee." And Dad's like, "Well, I brought her coffee." It was so funny. And I'm like, "Yes, Daddy, no matter what happens and how wonderful life is with Carl, I will always, always need you." It was the cutest. Oh, I brought her a coffee. It was so cute. I didn't know whether he was just trying to make sure that I knew that he needed me to need him still, or whether he was just bragging that he brought me a coffee, or whether he was trying to teach Carl, this is how you take care of my girl. I don't even know what it was. It was just the funniest thing I've ever seen for quite some time. Cute little story. But I adore my father. He's such a great guy. And you know what? The best gift he could give me and my brother and my sister is how he loves and honors my mom. That is the best gift he could give us, is that he loves and honors her. So, Daddy, if you're watching, happy birthday. I know you don't get to see these things all the time, but I love you. And yeah, have a good day. And everybody else, know that I love you too. Mwah. Bye.